What's up, guys? I am back from Colorado in the store where the guys put in the new Klipsch LaScalla AL6s. But before we kind of get into all that, I got to tell you about why I went out to Colorado to CEDIA, the things that I wanted to see, and give you guys a little taste of what was out there. So the first thing that I wanted to go see was the new Advanced Paris Nova series. This is a series that you guys ask about all the time, and I wanted to be able to see it in person, and I did. And I took lots of pictures for you guys so you could see it kind of up close and personal. Now this isn't due out until 2026, quarter one. We can hope at 2026 you'll get to finally have the Nova, which looks absolutely amazing. I actually took my new lens that I got from Sweetwater. You know, if you're looking to get into photography or videography or content creation, Sweetwater has everything that you could possibly need. So I went out there, I was taking pictures of the Nova for you guys so you could see it in like really clear resolution, and I did so with that new lens that I got from Sweetwater. Now the coolest thing about the Nova, just from looking at it, besides, you know, it does have a different build, it has some different functionality, but you can actually change the light color. So you can go from white, which I think looks really good, to the classic Advanced Paris Blue. So either way, whatever you want to do in your system, you can do it, and the front of the integrated amp looks so good. Like the machined aluminum or whatever it is that they used on the front actually comes off really nice. And whereas the classic series is more of a reflective glass, kind of like a Macintosh, this one, even though it has that over the meters, has a totally different look, and it really defines the tubes and it defines the meters. And dude, I can't wait for the Nova to come out. But that wasn't the only thing that I wanted to see. One of the other things I was super excited to see was the new Onkyo Icon series with the meters. They brought them back. The famous Onkyo meters are back, so I was really excited to hear this with the Klipsch Fortes. Techniques had a couple new products out, so I wanted to see their new turntable. As always, they had their see-through speakers so you could see how they're made, and then all the really nice Techniques equipment. I love those guys, so I always try to see them when I go out to these shows, and you can debate me whether it's Techniques or it's Technics, but they're always great guys to go see. Now after that, I kept seeing all these people go up to this giant subwoofer. They had a 60-inch subwoofer on display, and it was just constant people taking pictures of themselves next to this thing. You've probably seen it on YouTube and all over the place, this giant subwoofer. And you know, I'm not a spec guy, so I wasn't really too concerned about, you know, what it was supposed to do and everything, but I was more concerned of how does someone come up with the idea of making a subwoofer this big and doesn't involve whiskey.
This is a 60-inch sub, and this started with a Bluetooth speaker. I remember we were working on developing a different motor to try to make a Bluetooth speaker more efficient. And there's a guy that we work with who he's into crazy toys and whatnot. He was coming to visit our shop. He was flying in 3 weeks. And we had this conversation where we were like, what if we scaled this up? Like, we got this cool little technology. What if we make it bigger? So we're like, well, what's the world record for the most motor force out of a 3-inch voice coil? We're like, you think you can get 500? And we're like, wow, let's model it up. Oh, what if we got 550, 600? And then you remember Greg got us to 1,000 that night? He posted on Slack. He's like, guys, I gotta do 1,000.
Yeah, it was like 1 a.m. he posted on there. It's 1,000, the modeling that we had.
So then we're like, well, we kind of have to build it. And John's coming to visit, so we got to get it built by then. And that's in 3 weeks. So we had like 3 weeks to go from we have this crazy concept to let's pull all the materials together and let's build it. And so we had to, like, okay, we got a motor, we need a speaker for that. Well, what size cone should we put with that? And so I did a little bit of modeling. I was like, it should be a 72-inch cone.
And I said, hell no.
How will we build that? What do you use for a surround? And so we're like, all right, well, let's dial it back. We'll make it 48 inches. Sheet goods are 48 inches. That'll be easy. And so we stayed awake for like 3 weeks. And we built this sub. And it was based on this efficiency technology. So we built it, we got it running one night. And it was like 2 a.m. We were all in the shop. And I remember we turned it on and it didn't blow up. And we got a little bit of whiskey out. We were sipping some whiskey and we're celebrating. We're like, how loud will it play? So anyway, we hooked it up and we started playing it. And it was like 135 dB and tools were falling off the wall. We were, it's amazing. But because we were focused on efficiency, we were like, well, what if we hook this up to an amp running on a battery? Like, how long can it play? So we kludged together this little, 200 watt amp or something. And
I think it was 60.
Maybe a 60 watt amp. The details are foggy. It's late. And so we started kludging this together, wired it all up, and we just started playing bass tracks at like 130 dB at the shop. It was crazy. We're drinking whiskey and it's like, this is amazing. And we just kept playing new tracks and new tracks. And after 2.5 hours, our drill battery finally died. And it was like, we might be onto something. We should see if we can build a real version of this. So that's kind of where this got started. It was like, let's make a version of that also sounds good. Because big and loud is fun, but taking it to the next level and making it really refined,
Yeah, so we took the motor structure that was based on and essentially flipped it on its head. So rather than extreme efficiency, we get extreme linearity. So that's where the idea for this was born.
Yeah.
And of course, for the next one, you got to go bigger. So
60 inches was a good size.
A very reasonable size subwoofer.
But the crazy thing is, like, our data's all available. We measure all this stuff, and we're very data driven. And I think this is, the lowest distortion sub at these levels that's been made. If somebody can show me otherwise, I would be happy to see it. But we're pretty proud of it. It's fun. And we still knock tools off the wall all the time. In fact, we did a technology showcase for a company that I'm not allowed to talk about, but your kids probably watch a lot of their movies. And in preparation for that, we're like, we're going to be playing this thing outside. We need to roll this outside. And our shop is in kind of a seedier part of town with taco stands and transmission shops, and then we're the refined guys in town.
Refined.
Yeah. So we rolled our sub out and we started blasting Norteño music out to the neighborhood. We had guys like, ay, ay, ay. You remember that? Cesar coming out of the paint shop, and all the guys came from the transmission shop. We had like a little neighborhood dance party outside.
Making requests.
Yeah, which is really fun.
Yeah.
So we're in it for fun.
Now, I did get to listen to this giant subwoofer, and it actually sounded really, really good. Very little distortion in that room. It was amazing. But it was a full home theater room with PMC speakers.
Hey, I'm Ollie Thomas from PMC Speakers. What we've got inside the room is a 15.1.8 home cinema setup with PMC MB2 XBDs as the left, center, right. Then we've got 12 PMC CI140s handling all of the surround channels, and 8 CI65s doing the heights, 4 BST subwoofers, and 1 Juice 57-inch subwoofer, which is shaking the ground. So things you don't know about PMC, we're British. You can tell from my cute accent. Everything from PMC is made in the United Kingdom, manufactured, designed. Every single pair of speakers that we make is listened to by a team of skilled technicians. And we pride ourselves on amazing quality control. We've got one of our CI140s on the wall. Next to it is a cutaway of that, so you can see what's inside the box. Every single PMC speaker is a transmission line design. We actually use a technology called ATL, which is our own proprietary version of transmission line design. And this utilizes the rearward generated energy from a bass drive unit cone. And it gives us super low distortion, but really extended bass.
The other wild thing that was at this show, there was a return. There was a return of a subwoofer brand you guys are probably very familiar with, and that is Velodyne.
I'm very excited to be back to the US with Velodyne acoustic products. My name is Mansur Managani from Germany. I'm the new owner of Velodyne Acoustics. I used to work with Dave Hall, the previous owner. All the new products, some of them are here, as you can see, are developed engineering in Germany. Some of them made in Germany as well. And some of the products like this one, as you can see, that's a Mini VX. This is one of the products that we are producing since almost 17 years. So it's some change on it, as you can see, but the shape is very, very similar like the original one. Each subwoofer has his specialty. This one is one of the smallest one you can get. It's an aluminum enclosure, and we have 2 passive drivers and 1 active one. Down there we have the Mini VX, which is our latest baby, which we are made at since about beginning of the year. This one is a acrylic one. You can get it in white or black, or the show object as acrylic. Is similar to the top one. We have one active, one passive one. It has an application which is very, very good, and we could actually do almost all the room EQs that you could or wish to do it. So our latest one, which we're gonna come out very soon, made in Germany, that's the SPLX. This is the one which we have it in 10, 12, 15, and 18 inches, made completely in Germany, and it's gonna be our flagship models. We are, I would say, one of the few, or maybe the only company worldwide that we give the options to the people who got the products maybe up to 20 years old. If they want it, we can repair it. A lot of products that we don't have a PCBs anymore because we do not have a replacement back panels, but we are still able to repair the boards up to components level. So they need to send us the back panels. If they are agreed, we're gonna do that. It's gonna cost them. It's not for free, but still, I would say we are one of the only companies that we are offering 20 years, up to 20 years old products that we can repair them. Sounds wise, we still in the same level. We are, follow our DNA. So if the people buy the products maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, and gonna, upgrade the products with a newer one, you could be sure that almost the same sound quality. So they are not going to miss anything. They're not going to, listen to the totally different products. It's going to be the same.
The crazy thing about those subwoofers is I was like enamored, as I always am, with stuff that's clear, like this Audio-Technica turntable right here. I love the clear acrylic because I think you can do so many cool things with it in your system. And they actually are going to be selling that subwoofer in clear from what I'm understanding. So I'm really looking forward to getting that one in here and having some fun with it. I love the idea of the acrylic hi-fi. It's just so cool. So the last thing I listened to was a full surround by Klipsch, and it was an incredible movie theater experience.
We're showing off an 11.6.6 system today. It's got our MX30i MX modular system behind the screen. And we've got 6 of our new infra subwoofers that go with those. So there's 4 of those behind the screen and then 2 at the back of the room. From there, we've also got 6 in-ceiling speakers, and all of those surrounds are our Hyperphonics 45s. We're in over 4,000 cinemas in over 35 to 40 countries around the world. We focus a lot on the performance of the speakers and the dispersion characteristics they have. We really focus on a nice, smooth frequency response, and also a really nice listening window, and also early reflections, directivity index. So the sound that is coming direct to you and the sound that's from your first reflections is very consistent. So it makes it, it gives you a nice open sound stage without any extra spray coming off of the walls or reflections, but what is reflected is super consistent. So it's a nice, easy listening, non-fatiguing, but also gives you a really nice, big focused cinema sound.
We had a great time in Colorado. We got to see friends from all around the country. We got to enjoy the mountains, and we had a good time, as always, at CEDIA. But in the next video, I'm going to show you guys all the changes that we made to the store over the last week. Plus all this stuff behind me right here. Look at all that. Lots of good stuff there. I'll see you guys next time.